Hello and welcome. I'm on the lot, on the used lot. I'm actually back on the same lot looking at the same Jaguar because I have an update for everyone. Update, so let's talk about it. I came back Tuesday after last week's video. I came back here Tuesday and drove this car and did a full examination like it was getting its appendix removed. All right, so let's talk about what we're negotiating because I want to buy this car. And before you say anything like, oh, Mark, Jaguars are so unreliable, listen to me. This Jaguar is an 07. Ford bought Jaguar in 2004 and updated all the electronics, went through everything. The 05 to basically 09, 10, because Tata Motors bought them out in 09. So into about 2010 are some of the most reliable Jaguars you can get. This has a 4.2 V8 in it. It's very reliable. In fact, what people always tell me, well, Mark, well, what about a Toyota Camry? It's so reliable. Well, let's look at that. Let's look up the reliability of this car and a 2007 Camry, okay? This car, well, let's go to the Camry. 4.1 out of 5 for the 4-cylinder. The 6-cylinder isn't even recommended as a purchase, all right, for 2007. Look it up. This car, 4.8 out of 5. Okay, even all these years later, it is very reliable, but it has some issues. Okay, a few issues that need to be fixed. So when we came in, it's got a falling down headliner. Okay, that's not a big problem. I can probably glue it back up. I don't know, but so it has a headliner down. That's one thing. So the other thing is these Jaguars of these years have a common problem, which is it's very difficult to get started. These are some of the first cars to do a push button start, and the brake interlock switch goes bad on them. So I told him I want that fixed, and he goes, oh, well, that's an easy thing. Anybody can do that. I'm like, well, good. If anybody can do it, you guys can do it. You can fix it. You know what? They still haven't cleaned the wheels, even though I commented to the guy about the wheels, that they looked terrible and needed to be cleaned. Okay, so he didn't do that. And so that brings me to the other problem with the car, which is these tires. Now, they have a lot of tread on them. They are 11 years old. Actually, 11 and a half years old. What does that mean? Did you know that after 10 years, you can't even get a car tire repaired at like Discount Tire or any of these tire shops anywhere? If you take it in there with a over 10-year-old tire, they won't fix it. They won't plug it. They won't do anything to it because they're so old, they need to be replaced. This car, the tires are staggered. The back ones are bigger than the fronts. And I said, look, I also want a set of tires on this car. And that's the big sticking point. Even the least expensive tires you could get here, Kumos probably are $1,200 installed. But I told them, look, that's my retail price. You guys can buy them for less and put them on there. But I want a set of new tires because these tires just ain't happening. And so that's the major problems. Otherwise, everything with the car works. It drives super great, okay? As you can imagine, it's 43,000 miles on it. The display works, the steering wheel, everything, the heated, everything works, power, everything works. Everything works on the car, everything, okay? But it needs a set of tires, and it didn't start good. I need that fixed. One more point of contention that we had. So he said, look, we did the brakes all the way around, all right, and we fixed the air of this car. It wasn't working, so we went through and fixed it. When you open the hood, which is a clamshell hood, you will see all the new air conditioning parts in there. Fine. I said also, what I want, see, they won't warranty a car this old. No problem. Okay, I get that. But I said, since you fixed the air and you did the brakes, I want a warranty on the air and the brakes. Since you just did it, I want the same warranty that you would get if I just came in and paid to have those things fixed. If you did them, you should have no problem warranting them. Well, he goes, I have to talk to the manager. When I go, look, talk to whoever you want and, let's talk. Okay, so that's the thing. This car gets 27 is the fuel mileage. That's if you're light on it, all right? You got to be pretty easy with it, but it does pretty good on gas even. That's pretty close to, what my little 4-cylinder over there gets. I can squeeze 30, low 30s out of it. These are self-leveling headlights, xenons. I mean, all this stuff that you think, oh, it's amazing that cars have this. Now this car has this too. Okay, so the only thing that it doesn't have that the Escape has really is a roof, and that's okay with me. I really don't open it much. So we'll see what happens with this car. It's in excellent condition, as I say, and now after driving it, the seats in that, it looks like it's never even been sat in, basically. So really amazing. So we just need a few things fixed, and we can come down and pick this car up. Will they do it? I don't know. Dealers right now think like, oh, they can get a car and just sell it. Bingo, it's gone. You know, who knows if that happens. This is not a kind of car that people are going to walk up to and say, oh, I want to buy that car. They think it's going to be super expensive. They'll buy this car next to it, which is an LS IS 250, right, all-wheel drive. It's got 120,000 miles on it. And it doesn't rate any higher in reliability than the Jaguar when we look it up. It's a 2011, I think I saw in there. Okay, it's like 4.7 in reliability. So when you say, you know, Jaguars aren't reliable, that's maybe if you bought a 1973 Jaguar or something like that, but, you know, a Series 2 or something XJ, but not now. Not this car. Look it up. Okay, please look it up, because they are reliable. And, you know, this is designed by the same guy that designs the DB9. That's why it looks like this. That's why it has a red start button, for a nod back to James Bond. And that's where we are on the Jaguar. I thought I'd give an update on that car. I thought it was pretty interesting on what we did with it and what we're going to do. We'll see what they say this week, but you know, other stuff maybe, but we got to get a set of tires on it. They're super expensive, and I want them put on here before we get the car. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon on the lot, possibly in a Jaguar.